Labadiena! So today I'm gonna be refurbishing these lamps I made like 4 or 5 years ago. But first of all, I would like to explain how these came to existence in the first place. So it all started when I got really interested in epoxy, but I knew nothing about it. So I thought that the best way to learn is to experiment a lot. But since epoxy is rather expensive, so I decided to experiment with smaller quantities, like about this size. And after a lot of failed attempts, I noticed that when epoxy reacts, it overheats in this volume and creates a lot of bubbles around the wood, which is submerged. And I really like those bubbles. I think it's a great feature and it makes a casting way more interesting than just a pure resin. And after even more experimentation, I managed to replicate those in every casting I made. But of course there was a downside. I could control the creation of the bubbles, but I couldn't control where they were created, and some of them got created along the side of the mold, and once I removed the casting it looked like a Swiss cheese. So I kept on experimenting, and after a few attempts I realized that I could make a bigger mold and cast it one more time, and this way I would close all the bubbles, and also I would encapsulate the wood in the resin. So like I said, I made these quite a long time ago, and since then I switched 2 workshops. So these got tossed around a lot and they developed a lot of scratches. Also, for instance, these 2 are not finished yet. They don't have any base or hole drilled, so I need to address that. And also the client really loved this one, but it made to accommodate a bulb, and he wants an LED from underneath. So I will have to make a base for this one as well, but also I will have to solve this issue somehow. So anyway, let's finish these and see how they look with the lights installed. I guess I should explain what kind of wood species I used in each of these castings. So for the first one I used oak. The second one is plum tree, but I heavily burned it before casting. The third one is spruce, I think. I think it's the spruce my brother took from the bonfire, so it's also partially burned. The third one is a dead branch from an apple tree. And the last one is, I suppose it's alder, but it's also burned. But I used a bit of a different technique for this one. I used polyester resin instead of epoxy, and this creates that shattered glass effect. But like I said, I encapsulated everything in a thick layer of epoxy after the first casting, so it's fully stabilized and good to go. And let me explain a few techniques I used during this build, so no confusion would be left behind. So to finish this off, I used spray lacquer instead of polishing these, because polishing would have taken me forever. There's a lot of rounded corners and grooves, so yeah. Once spray lacquer applied correctly, it looks almost the same as a polished surface. And as you have noticed, all of these bases are attached with two sets of magnets and no other attachments used, and I think that's a very delicate solution. And for the first time I tried ebonizing oak. I made a apple cider vinegar and steel wool solution a few months before, and this time I remembered about it and I thought to give it a try, and I absolutely love the result. It looks so rich and deep and dark. Yeah, lovely finish. I will definitely use it in the future. Yeah, I guess the rest was pretty simple and self-explanatory. I will definitely make more of these in the future, so you could see the full build. Anyway, thank you for being with me, and see you soon. Stay safe and happy holidays. If you are wondering if I could leave you just like that, nah, I couldn't do that. Enjoy.